Have you ever wondered where Discord makes its money? I mean, the servers have to cost something to run. They have people constantly doing voice chats and more recently video calls on their service, which is literally live streaming footage and audio at the same time. They're doing it at high quality rates. There's emotes that you have to store on there, which are all individual images that are uploaded. People can upload as many images as they want to a server. So all of this has to cost something. They're not making this money from Discord Nitro. No. There are not that many people using Discord Nitro because what's the incentive to? The majority of the service is already free. The parts you need are already free. Oh, what do you get from Discord Nitro? Fucking 1080p screen sharing? You can already get 720 with 30 frames per second. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares about 1080p screen sharing or about using the same Discord emotes all over Discord? Sure, some people buy into it. Some people like Discord Nitro, but that is a very small percentage of the community. How do they make their money? Maybe investing is part of it. Maybe people invest and say it's going to be the new Skype. But investments only go so far. There has to be a return on the investors, right? I mean, Skype has always been selling your information. We all know that. And Skype was able to propagate itself in the beginning because it was a Microsoft company. So they already had, larger than life instilled in it from the beginning. And what does Skype do as it goes on? It censors harmful language. It censors things that the company doesn't want you to say. Skype passed a new rule that had changed the usage of swearing on their service. So if you use swearing and you got reported for it, or they just didn't like what you were talking about, you're off of Skype. What do you think Discord is going to do when it gets so big that eventually it's not going to maintain the communities that are within it, when it's not going to be able to hold all of the bandwidth that it takes? We're already seeing this, You do know that Discord crashes regularly. Just the other day, it was down for like 20 minutes. I couldn't be in a conversation because mid-conversation, Discord just shed all over me. And this isn't going to change. This is only going to get worse as time goes on. You do understand this, right? These companies have a financial incentive. They have a reason why they exist. They don't just exist because you need a voice chatting app. They don't just exist because it's beneficial to people to be able to talk on a service that's good. They do it because it makes money to have a service that works. Now, the thing about Skype is that it originally had a monopoly on the industry, that they could just do whatever they wanted or not update their service in any good ways because they didn't need to. There wasn't competition that was telling them that they needed to. And then Discord comes around and it says, no, we're going to be better than Skype. And that was their entire marketing gimmick, that they were going to be better than Skype. But when the company gets big to where it overtakes Skype, I mean, they're hanging on for dear life at this point. When it eventually overtakes Skype, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're just going to change and be a better company for the sake of philanthropy? For the sake of it being right for the consumer? No. You'll have to get another service to come out and try and compete with them. But the problem with that will be that everyone will be on Discord. And Discord is just good enough that these marginal differences in quality don't matter. That when another service comes around, it's going to be crushed by Discord's existence once it finally gets to the top. Because we don't need anything better. Sure, there are problems, but is it worth migrating to another platform? Not really. And so, it's going to monopolize the industry. We've seen this happen with so many tech platforms at this point. It's like poetry, they rhyme, you know. And so, once this happens, the consumer is going to be in real trouble. They already are with the service because the only reason why it can be used, the only reason why it operates and functions is because they're selling your data. The things you say in your conversations, the things that marketers could potentially want to hear in order to sell you something, it's all being sold. Discord Nitro is not that successful. If the platform wanted to not sell information, then they would make it all Discord Nitro. You would have to pay to use the service. Or the service would be severely restricted without paying for it. But it's not like that. And so, the company is forced to listen in on your conversations, to watch your DMs, and to take whatever information they can gather from that, and then give it to marketers, investors, whoever wants it, whoever will pay for it. That's a problem. That's a violation of privacy. It's a violation of your rights as a consumer. But you all kind of agree to this, because it's the only one around. It's the only things around. So they can do whatever they want with it, because you've already signed away your soul. There's peer-to-peer that exists. There's decentralized talking apps that exist. Riot is a client, for example. Decentralizes all of the chat, and it decentralizes the voice communications. But I doubt these platforms will ever get big with anyone who isn't super into privacy. Because people don't care. They're just going to sign away their data. Doesn't matter that Discord is listening to your conversations with your significant other, trying to pick out the individual elements of it that are just sexy enough to give you a new sex ad. Doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, we are signing over our own autonomy to these companies. Because it's easier. It's just easier to do that. I mean, for me, as a public figure, I can't really complain that much because I've just decided that the internet can just have all my information. I'll just put it all out there. I don't even care. It's everybody's business now. Because I'm not a private person. Some people are. And I certainly don't agree with the fact that the rights of people are literally being infringed upon with these measures being taken by these companies. So the only thing that can be done about it is moving to decentralized platforms, which do exist, but they're not known about. They're not being talked about. Discord is listening to you. They may not care about you as an individual, but regardless, the fact of the matter is that your rights, your privacy, that is being infringed upon. The fact that this data is being sold to companies, your data, is what matters. I think it's even more disgusting that they don't care about you as an individual, that they don't out you as an individual, because at the end of the day, your data is just a small element in a very, very big process. everyone is involved. Everyone. And so you end up being treated as just another cog in the machine, just another speck in a mass desert. And I think that's really gross in a way, because it's basically just stealing people's data into a common day practice that's so common day that literally people lose their individuality due to the collectivization of such a thing. And the more you think about it, the fact that, like, literally the service is free because they're selling this data to other people, it's like, it's fucked up, you know? It's not it's not fun to think about.